And Pathikrit, let's start by what Sushma Swaraj in fact said at the UN Assembly last year when she spoke of India's contribution and India's initiative, which the world perhaps was not privy to when it came to the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And India, by far, has been doing very well on those goals.
Vineet, first of all, if you see culturally, I'm not getting into the religious aspect, but culturally India has been a country, or rather the Indian subcontinent, which has a lifestyle which was all about conserving the nature.
Sure.
You know, every house had a garden, so a lot of things. I'm not just about that.
Yes.
But some of the things that have been taken initiative in the last 4-5 years, apparently they might not seem to be doing, for the purpose of climatic change, but it has a positive impact, even though they are all very challenging targets that are kept. One is, of course, the issue of 175 gigawatt of renewable energy by 2022. Secondly is the issue of Ujjwala scheme, which has targeted about 150 million households being given an LPG connection. So it reduces the burning of wood for cooking, which has a tremendous impact in terms of pollution. And for a city like Delhi, we actually see it every winter how it actually impacts. Third is, of course, a very challenging aspect of the issue about transformation to e-vehicle, which is being done in a very calibrated manner so that it doesn't impact the entire automobile industry suddenly, because automobile is one of the biggest contributor to indirect tax in this country. So, but it is being done. There are gradual targets being put towards that. In any case, another thing related to is that even though natural gas does not entirely does away with pollution, but it probably in certain way a little better than the use of petroleum and diesel. So certain changes have been done which are in the right direction. In addition to that, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan itself is a positive impact, positive thing being done in terms of, so when you talk about sustainable development, and one of the goals in the last 5 years that the Prime Minister has set, and he mentioned that yesterday, that when you talk about basic necessities being taken care of, whether you talk about an Ujjwala scheme or whether you talk about Swachh Bharat, then the aspirations of people rise, then it becomes all the more easier for companies to actually invest and look for a bigger consumer market. So overall, you see over it, over the last 5 years, in spite of major challenges that the government actually inherited in 2014, it has not been about gung-ho investment and everything and do away with everything related to nature. Of course, there are issues, there are challenges. It's not that everything is taken care of, but they have kept certain goals, manageable goals, and certain certain goals which are a little challenging, and they have at least made the effort to move towards that direction. One last point: International Solar Alliance is one which has been founded, and an initiative was taken by Prime Minister Modi. So when you talk about Prime Minister Modi going to United States and actually talking about these things as part of the United Nations deliberations, we have actually walked the talk. In spite of being a country with a huge population where jobs have to be created with a lot of different diverse requirements, it's not that everything has been done, but at least genuine positive efforts have been made.
Mr. Arya, not very long ago, the Prime Minister at Paris went on to say